Check one, two, the bros are here. Talking soccer, sipping root beer. From the stands to the pitch to your ears tonight. They break it down, no fluff, no gloss. Goals and misses, they count the cost. Laugh aloud while they analyze the fight. RSL bros, they're running the show. Kicking it live where the fans all go. From the mountains high to the valley low. RSL bros, they're in the know.
RSL Nation!
You missed us? We back.
Yes, we are back. Guys, this is I just want to make mention the first 10 seconds of this. I know everyone is coming back from being on a soccer break, because I don't know how many of you guys really watch international soccer, but RSL is back, so that's why we're back. Besides obviously we had personal stuff going on last week, so we're back. I hope you guys are ready, because there's going to be a lot to talk about this episode. Not just RSL, but we're actually going to entertain you guys with a lot of our U.S. soccer commentary. I don't know.
So buckle up and get ready for this jam-packed episode, because this is a good one. This is going to be a good one this evening.
I'm going to try to keep my tired eyes open, because it's been late nights with some soccer games. I don't know if y'all watched the Bolivia game. I know you two watched it.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we'll talk. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about it, because I was emotionally invested, even though I don't have very much investment in Bolivia. I was emotionally invested.
And Christian was this close to getting a Bolivia jersey.
Oh, so close.
So this is how today's what you're gonna say something? Oh no, I thought you were gonna say something.
No?
I was like really excited for half a second. All right, this is how this week is gonna go. We're just gonna very briefly, because we didn't do it last week. We're gonna briefly touch on San Diego and RSL, just how we felt about it and what that meant going into this FIFA break. We're gonna get into both U.S. games. Okay, we won't get into the nitty gritty, but what it felt like, what we're thinking about U.S. soccer going into the World Cup, and then maybe some subtopics within that U.S. soccer. It's a big topic, all right. So if you guys want to go off on tangents, we'll go off on tangents, but it's just going to be U.S. soccer. After that, we're going to get into our preview for this weekend, RSL Sporting KC, and then we'll do some prediction time.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Love it.
I'm ready.
All right. So real quick, briefly touch on it. I want to get you guys' thoughts on how RSL did against San Diego right before the break. Christian, give me your thoughts on the draw and how it felt coming into this FIFA break.
I mean, it's what I expected.
Oh yeah, you won, didn't you?
I won.
That's right.
I mean, San Diego's a great team. They're great and they're consistent too, and I think that's one of the more dangerous parts of San Diego, is that they are consistently good. RSL is on the up and up, which has been such a blessing. That's such a Utah phrase to say, but it's been such a blessing for us to have RSL on the up and up, to kind of match San Diego where they are. So overall, I think it was what was expected.
I mean, you say that because you won, but yes, it was expected. Marcos, any thoughts on that game?
No, getting a draw on the road is always awesome, especially in San Diego, who's a very tough opponent. And Solanas scoring once again, being just a rookie, makes me happy knowing that he's just a rookie.
Say his name again.
Sergi Solans.
There we go.
I heard Solanas. I'm like,
I heard that too.
I did do a double take there. Like, wait.
Marcos, take two.
No, but the other thing, Victor's back. Although he scored, it was just like a tap in goal. It just gives him that confidence. Just see the ball go in the back of the net. So awesome to see Victor back.
Yeah, I'll finish this off by saying that San Diego last year is not the San Diego this year. Yeah, we won. What was it, 3-0 last year in San Diego?
3-1. I do remember.
Okay, yeah, because you were there. You still have to tell us about what happened in San Diego. Um, so that was a great win, but it's not the same San Diego team. So having a 1-1 draw, or sorry, 2-2 draw. Oh my gosh, in San Diego, absolutely wonderful. 1 point on the road gives us a great step into this FIFA schedule weekend, because I think it leaves us on a good pause. It's what we said last week. It was, or the last episode. This win, this tie felt like a win. Guys, my words are like
No,
scrambled today.
100%. Like getting that draw before the international break, that put us at sixth place with 10 points. So we're looking pretty going into that international break, having a 2 weeks off. So I was like, yeah, this is very nice for RSL.
Well, and I
What I
think
Yeah, go ahead.
well, Alan, I think you said it very well about this not being the same San Diego team. When we met San Diego initially last year, they were a new team, still finding their groove, still finding their rhythm as a team, their chemistry. Obviously, that chemistry clicked because they turned into just a brand new team into MLS Cup contenders before the end of the season.
And
And
might
so
I just
for
say,
and they didn't
this
do a ton of changes either in the
no,
off season.
Right.
no, and I feel like this is my opinion. I feel like San Diego is like a little bit better of attacking team without Chucky Lozano.
Yeah.
They seem so much better on that attack without Chucky.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what was dangerous. And I guess what worries me so far with RSL this season, poor Cabral, we haven't gotten a shutout yet. And it only worries me because when you look at the top, yeah, so top six teams, so we're number six, we're the ones with the highest goals against. You have San Jose, who has 1 goal against them. The LAFC has 0. So it worries me the day that we have to face these other teams. So we already faced San Diego, who's above us. They scored 2
Mhm.
on us. Um, it's going to be a rough going if we can't get better defensively.
Agree.
So positive point going into the FIFA week. And you can feel that it's just a good energy right now. In fact, right now, if I looked on FODMAP, if the season were to end today, this is the best season so far on points average.
Wow.
We're at 2 points per game. By the way,
I'll take it. I'll take it. But we gotta keep.
Yep.
Gotta,
Take it.
do the math.
well, we obviously got to keep that momentum going. Everybody has to stay healthy. Everybody has to be contributing to every single game. But I like it. Like you said, Alan, the team is vibing. The team is vibing. You can feel the good chemistry on the field in the locker room. So it's good where we're at.
Yeah. All right. Leave that off to the side because that was just we need to get that out of the way. Now, I think the biggest segment right now is this the topic of US soccer right now. I'm trying to figure out really where I want to go with this because it's so broad and there's so many thoughts on this. So I guess we're just going to go game by game. We're not going to break it down, but give me feelings, give me players that stood out to you, players that disappointed you. So we'll go with the Belgium game first. Marcos, give me your vibe on the Belgium game first.
Do you want the pros or cons for players?
You just give me what I might interrupt you. I might throw out an opinion or two. Maybe Christian
No,
will too.
well, obviously, it was amazing to see the U.S. score first in this game against Belgium. I was off of a McKinney goal. I was like, yes, we got that momentum before halftime. We got this. But then, of course, Belgium scored to tie it 1-1. But I think I'm with everybody when I say the disappointing player in this Belgium game, Turner and Ream. Ream, he's had his time with the U.S. men's national team. He's old. I think it's time to hang up the boots with the national team. Maybe not with Charlotte quite yet, but he just seems like he's not there. He's getting beat by attacking players that play in Europe, and he can't catch up to them whatsoever.
I'll agree with that, but I have a couple of other disappointing ones too. But Christian, your thoughts on the Belgium game?
Underwhelming, obviously. I will say that the US B team is better than the Belgian B team, but the A team for the Belgian team is obviously way better than the American A team. For me, I mean, best player on the pitch that night for the United States was Weston McKennie. Not even a question. He balled out. Tillman did all right. Pulisic was underwhelming. He didn't really show up really until the Portugal game, and he was just stifled in the Portugal game. But we'll get there. Um, the biggest disappointments, besides I agree with Marcos with being Tim Ream and Matt Turner, the midfield. I
Hmm.
we if we can't control the midfield, it doesn't provide opportunities for our attacking players to do anything even remotely creative, and it causes our back line to be always on edge and constantly taking attack after attack after attack. If you were to ask me what part of the United States men's team is the weakest right now, 1,000% the midfield.
Yeah, I think it's weak because we have so many variants. We have so many players that have played in the midfield that there's no consistency of which
Mhm.
pair or
Well,
which combo was working.
yeah, you look at Cardoso, you look at Tessman, you look at Tillman's, like who's first team, who's second team, who's C team. So all these things. Yeah, and with your point, I think our backline is we have moments of inconsistency with Tim Ream, but we have depth. We have a lot of depth pieces that we can throw in when guys aren't stepping up like Tim Ream did it. But Robinson, with the assist that he had, that was awesome. We've seen a person who plays wing back to step up there. But once again, Christian Pulisic was very MIA in this first game against Belgium, and we need a captain to be stepping up in a tough, tough game against Belgium.
I don't think he was captain of this one.
No,
He
it
wasn't
was Tim Ream. Tim Ream
Tim Ream.
was.
Yeah. But speaking of Pulisic, I, I'm gonna tell you guys, I think he has turned for me into the villain of U.S. soccer. I don't see him as the Captain America that we thought he was going to be, the supposed Landon Donovan of this generation. He has 1000% disappointed me. Christian Pulisic has not played up to the expectation that U.S. soccer fans have, has not played up to the expectation that he's almost right now. I'm criticizing him the same way that probably Messi got criticized back in the 2010s with Argentina, where he plays better for his club than he does for his country. But the difference is Pulisic is not Messi, and therefore, Pulisic can't save us. He
Well,
really can't.
I feel like too many times in this Belgium game, I guess I'm going to talk about the first half most importantly. I saw too many times where Pulisic was complaining more than being more aggressive and going after the goal. Because I think it was 5 minutes into this game, he got a call to go away, complaining and barking at the ref. I'm like, no, just walk it off, Christian, and just play it cool. And we need more attacking. We need more attacking.
Yeah, Christian, stop it.
Sorry.
um, but I guess that's what's frustrating too with Pulisic is that he almost I don't want to say he comes from a place of, we'll call it a place of privilege, a place of where he thinks he should be getting calls, should be getting the ball. It it I don't know. His jive is not jiving with me right now, and he's not a leader that we thought he was going to be. I'll leave Pulisic off to the side and go with Balogun as well. Balogun, where was he? We 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 had such a high when it came to dual nationals. We're like, oh yeah, this guy is half American, so let's go and grab him because he's playing really well in the French league, in the English league, and whatever. Balogun, for me, hasn't appeared for the U.S. in the past year and a half, 2 years, at least. Um, it, and I guess I want to bring this up because you had mentioned it, Marcos. We have a lot of depth. Is a lot of depth our strength or our weakness?
I think it depends.
For me, I would say
Oh,
it's our
go ahead, Marcus.
yeah, I would say it's our strength, but I would say we're not using it the right pieces at the right time.
Yeah, I was gonna basically say that it depends on the formation that we're playing because I don't want to criticize Pochettino too much, but this is one thing I will criticize him on: formation changes. And this is just a something that bugs me when managers do this in general. look back at I'm gonna take it way back here. 16 years ago, the 2010 World Cup in South Africa. The United States was balling out during that World Cup. A loss, a draw, and a win, and a lot of it was built around the formation that we had. We were playing the diamond formation with Kyle Beckerman holding that defensive midfield backline, and we were doing so well. And actually, it's funny to talk about Belgium. We get to the Belgium game in, was it the round of 16?
Yeah, in
Yeah.
2014.
Correct.
And oh, that was 2014. But we get to the round of 16 in 2014, and Jurgen Klinsmann decides to switch up the formation and disrupt everything that he had been building off of, and we lose. Now we take a look before this international break. One of the big things that I notice is that the United States, like we take a look at the 5-1 win over Uruguay, we were playing a three back. We were playing a 3-4-2-1, which utilized the depth of the midfield that we have, but allowed for those wing back mids to go back and create a 5 when necessary, but push up a bit more. The 4-2-3-1 and the 4-3-3 don't allow for that type of play.
Yeah. Yeah.
And something that our players were getting used to, chemistry wise, formation wise, suddenly is gone, and we struggle. Shocker.
I wanna maybe touch on what you touched on, the changing of formations, but more I want to focus on the change of personnel. If you look at our good streak, we'll call our summer our Gold Cup. It was a good run. You had different players. One of the players, obviously being Luna, was very vital. He had, I think, 2 goals, 2 assists in that whole tournament. But you had a different set of players. Granted, yes, you're playing against different opponents and probably weaker opponents. But there seemed to be a little bit more chemistry, a little bit more gelness, because I think there was about a year and a half's worth, where at least with Luna, he was consistently joining the U.S. camp. Almost every single camp he was there. Yes, I know he's injured, and when you look at the list, there are a lot of players that are on this list that have been in camp. Now, I think the problem is we are seeing the same, it almost feels like 40 players rotating within camp. You have the same maybe 15 that consistently get called up, but you have like a full rotation of a lot of players. What good does that do if you're not calling the same 26 players every single camp? It goes back to my argument always of Argentina calling the same exact players, except for maybe 3 or 4. Maybe these past couple ones have been 5 or 6 random ones that they're trying to fit in to get another depth piece. What's the point of so much rotation? And on top of that, this was, we'll call it the last real test before World Cup, because yes, I know we have 2 friendlies right before, but you're not going to want to go full out on those ones because you don't want to get injured. You don't want to risk anything. So what's the point of so much rotation and not getting your solid starting 11 now? So I heard who was it? Tim Howard saying that we're still missing Tyler Adams. Where's Tyler Adams?
I was missing Serginho Dest also.
Oh yes, Serginho Dest as well.
Ew.
That's true. I don't know. It's just
Injuries.
And that's what's frustrating too, is that there's injuries where it's like, bro, I'm not sure if we're actually gonna make it to, or if we're gonna make it to our best 11. I don't know. That subject bugs me.
So,
Well, I guess
Alan,
a question that I have for
so sorry, just real quick for Alan, because you're one of the most vocal critics of the U.S. men's national team, which is a healthy thing. There should be criticism there. Who would you put in as your best 11?
I guess that's my issue is that we have so much change that maybe this is how I would go maybe.
Mhm.
If I was going to look at this Belgium lineup, I would stick with the front four that we have. The
And
defensive
let's remove like let's pretend everybody's healthy too.
right,
Just
right, right. I would take off Tessman and put in Tyler Adams. I would leave Johnny there. I know Johnny has been playing well on the national team, but he plays well in club level.
Mhm.
I would take out Ream and I would put in Scally. Unfortunately, Mackenzie. I would leave. And here's the funny part too. I wouldn't want Weah on that right back. I would put in Freeman. And I would either put Weah up and here's a funny shifting around. I would put Weah up on the right wing, move McKinney to the middle or Pulisic to the middle, probably McKinney, and that's how that would be my starting 11, and obviously change out the goalkeeper.
yeah, Matt Turner's not good anymore.
Yeah, no, but give me Matt Freese, and we'll call it there. But looking at the rest of the roster, it's like that's how meh it really is. This is also what's frustrating. We've had years to prepare for this World Cup. This is supposed to be the best World Cup because it's here. We're supposed to show that we're it. This is going to be the best one. And
Well,
yet,
how are we going to be the best if we're literally putting out the same lineup as 2022?
no, this is worse. I think 2022 was better. And I'm not saying that Berhalter was better at all. I mean, I just think there's a philosophy here at US Soccer that is just not jiving.
Well,
And
I threw the question on Instagram was after the Belgium game, asking everybody, do you think Luna would have been that missing piece to be able to help after that Belgium game? Obviously, they scored 2 goals. It was a garbage goal at the end. But I say yes/no, because we didn't see much attack from Pulisic. We saw obviously from West and McKinney. We didn't really see much from Balogun. But would Luna have scored? No. But I feel like he would have brought that maybe that little bit of intensity, that help in that attack to help Pulisic push a little bit more off the bench.
Yeah, there was no creativity during the Belgium game, and Luna would have brought that. Like Marco said, would he have scored? Probably not, but at least some creativity.
Yeah.
all right,
That was,
here's negative Nancy. I don't think so. I honestly don't think so. Pulisic is creative. Would Luna have brought more creativeness than Pulisic? That's up for debate, to be quite honest. I don't think fans are going to shoot me for this. I don't think right now, or maybe ever, I don't know, throwing that one out there, if Luna is ready to play against these more talented teams. I don't know how he would play, whether he would hide in the sense that I don't know if he would get into the game and be as involved because we've seen him with RSL when big games happen, it's either he's hot or he's cold. There's no like he does consistently well. We've seen him disappear in big games and we've seen him come up big in big games.
Oh, that's why I think Luna knows this, RSL knows it, Pablo knows it, that this game against KC, we'll talk about in a second, is his audition in a sense for him to be on the national team this summer. Because with him not playing in Belgium, him not playing against Portugal, he's like, crap, my spot is on the line and I need to play my butt off against KC this Saturday.
But is his spot on the line?
of course. I watched the presser with Pochettino afterwards, and somebody brought up the question, "Hey, have you decided your 26-man roster?" And he's like, "No, I have about 35 to 40 players." So the detriment that you brought up, the complaint that you had, I have 35 to 40 players that I'm picking between, and there are people that were here with this group that probably won't make the World Cup, and there are people who weren't here that probably will make the World Cup.
Yeah.
So It's still it's I think it's still realistically on the table for him. I agree with Marcos that he has to ball out over these next few games, including against Miami, especially against Miami.
Well,
To
yeah, knowing the RSL doesn't play next week because that game got rescheduled against Seattle, that means KC, and then we have one more before the Miami game. Yeah, he has like three more chances before the official roster is announced.
I don't know, guys.
it,
To be honest, I mean, if going to what everyone was saying, we saw RSL personnel rooting for Luna being on the team because especially after this Belgium game,
Sure.
but there was also people around U.S. Soccer that were talking about Luna, like, hey, we need Luna energy. And I don't know if I bet it's a me problem, to be honest. I just don't see him being the one that would save, I guess, the US.
Well, I don't think that's what people are saying. I don't think they're saying that he is like the it factor. He's going to be the one that changes the team, but he is an element, and he has an element of intensity and the fact that he cares. That makes such a big difference. One of the biggest complaints that I agree with this with the players that showed up on for these past two friendlies is that they didn't act like they were playing for their countries, and they didn't act like they, you know, there's just some element about not caring, and it rubs a lot of people the wrong way as it should. And when Luna shows up, he plays with passion at the very least, and that's something that this team needs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yesterday, Pablo Mastroni was interviewed by RSL Media. Somebody asked him a question that, because he was obviously on the 2002 World Cup roster, what do you see in this year's roster that's kind of different from you guys? He said, when we played, we showed that intensity. We showed that we showed passion for this crest and whatnot. He said, I don't really see it from these guys this year. And I'm like, that's so true. That's so true. We don't really see it that much from Pulisic. We don't see it from some of these other guys. And it's sad.
Watch out! Don't say that too loud because Pulisic is going to start crying and do another Peacock special. Because he'll say, I show my passion a different way, bro. This is a sport. This isn't a debate. This isn't like, come on, you show your passion by bawling out. But let's transition into the Portugal game because when you lose 5-2, you should be embarrassed. In the words of Landon Donovan, he says, if I were playing this game and I lost this way, I'd be embarrassed.
Oh, they go into this Portugal game with a totally new set of players. We have Freeze, who I think Poach heard everybody's complaints. He's like, yeah, Freeze is the man. Took out Ream also, brought in Chris Richards, who excellent center back. I huge Chris Richards fan because we saw what he's been doing with Crystal Palace. And then total change. We bring in Aiden Morris, we bring in Burhalter, Weston McKinney stays. So
Yeah,
then they take
there's
off
only five there's only five repeats.
yeah, Balogun is off as well.
Yeah, but I mean, let's talk about this game, Christian.
I will say slightly better. It's still disappointing on the fact that they couldn't find the back of the net. Uh, I just, again, my biggest complaint is the midfield. 100% the midfield. I mean, McKennie wasn't as good against Portugal as he was against Belgium. Tim Weah balled out. I do not agree with the 5.9 rating that he got on FOTMob. Tim
Okay.
Weah was the best player for the United States that game. I will die on that hill. I don't know what the hell Aiden Morris was doing on this squad at all. I don't know why Max Arston was there. Brendan Aronson was disappointing. Why does Christian Roldan keep getting called up to the U.S. men's national team? Like,
Right?
Gio Reyna was okay. Like, Like, I honestly didn't hate that he was there or how he played, but just that midfield, Berhalter, just nepo baby syndrome. He just happens to be okay, but still,
Nah, I don't even think Berhalter's okay. He's good. He's good in MLS. Not even great. He's good in MLS. But to your point, nepo baby for sure.
like
But I
that.
think it was
The
I think it was
the
the second
midfield's
goal.
gonna kill me.
It was the second goal for Portugal, if I'm not mistaken, where it was a lot of ball watching from them, and they just left a wide open. It wasn't Bruno Fernandez.
No, I
No,
think
that was
that was the
Joao
first.
Felix.
That was Joao Felix. That was
Joao
Joao Felix.
Felix. That was I will say that I gotta give that one to Portugal. That was an incredible shot. But the first goal,
First
Go on.
goal. Good grief, guys.
You can't stop that. You cannot stop that.
No, you can. That's the
you
problem.
can. First one, you completely blockable on like
Well, not even
Shouldn't have
blockable.
happened.
It was
shouldn't
a
have happened.
lack of awareness.
Second goal, incredible. Like 23 yards out.
I mean, to maybe your point in the midfield, that first goal it should have been a non-factor because what were they saying? I think it was I think in-game commentary. They're like, these guys just all of a sudden went into desperate mode and started passing the ball, not controlling it, and they lose the ball. And as soon as they lost the ball, it wasn't a return to go back and defend. It was, let's stand, let's figure out where everyone is at. They were trying to figure out where they were at, not Portugal. And Portugal had two players in the middle of the field between Richards and Trusty.
Yeah.
You just had to boot it out. That's it. One hard kick. Or not even a hard kick. Kick it out so it's a corner.
Guys, here's what I want to get at. I really think that in this country, we think we are better than what we actually are.
We're not. We're not.
I'm not talking about MLS. MLS is a completely different conversation and a completely different everything. US soccer is an absolute joke right now. Coming even with their youth system, even though we're quote unquote beating other teams in our U17s, 18s, 19s, 20s, whatever. But that's not translating to the senior team. The senior team is a joke. The players that are on there right now are a joke. They don't play for the flag. They don't play for the crest. They don't play for the people.
They don't even play for the pride or passion of it. Like I don't know what's going on.
Well, for those people who think that this is a poach problem that's going on with the U.S. men's soccer, no, this is a player's problem. Like we've mentioned several times, they're not showing the passion. They're not showing the ganas to be able to wear the patch on their jersey going into this World Cup. And it's sad. Yes, they put up a better fight against a good Portugal team, but we didn't score. We didn't score whatsoever. We need that. We need consistency, game in and game out.
I mean, literally, I think the last good U.S. team that put up anything was 2014. And you can even maybe argue the 2016 Copa America team, but that one was already starting to break down.
Hey, maybe 2018. Oh, wait, there wasn't a 2018 team.
Yeah. No, it was
Why are you laughing? They represent you, Marcos.
what?
And you, Alan.
Losers. All of us. No, it's just super frustrating right now.
It is.
And when we talk about, this is what I get maybe frustrated about is that a lot of U.S. commentary is we're doing great. These younger players are coming up. They're better than previous generations. Well, guess what? Guess who else is better than previous generations? Other teams' youth as well. I mean, there's a reason why we're losing, and it's because really, it's a lack of care. Yeah. No one really cares, and to be on the U.S. team is not prestige enough for them. They would rather stay with their clubs.
And I think the thing that makes it that drives our frustration here is the fact that we know we could be fantastic.
Oh yeah,
that's the thing. Like those who don't know ball, or I'll even say those who know ball are like, "Oh, the U.S. is overrated." Which, based on how we're playing, sure, I'll give it to that. Hey, we got lucky with the FIFA rankings this time just because we were beat by better teams on the ranking than us. I think we got lucky in that instance. However, if this team had chemistry, played well, and played to the ability that we know that they can play to, not just in the theory, oh, let's jack all their FIFA stats up to 99. No, if they actually played to the level they could play to, top 10 team in the world. And I'm not joking. But because they don't live up to the level that they could be, that's what drives our frustration. It's not the lack of skill, it's the lack of living up to that potential.
Yeah.
It's the lack of giving a darn. which again, Christian Pulisic, I'm sorry your girlfriend broke up with you. Get over it, dude.
Did
Like,
she really?
yeah,
Yeah.
they broke up, and that's why they're saying that he might be in a slump right now, which that really does suck. Like,
Oh yeah, for
I
sure.
feel bad, but dude, get over it. You're Christian Pulisic. You can get whatever girl you want. I heard Sydney Sweeney's in your DMs, dude. Just hop on that.
Hiyo.
Ooh, man, lucky
Also
man,
he's in
lucky
Italy.
man.
I mean,
He's in Italy.
there's pretty women in Italy.
But
Um,
obviously, U.S. had their 2 games, but we had other games, European games that tie in with the U.S. We figured out who is the missing piece in the U.S.'s group.
oh yeah, that's right. Lay it in on us because I totally forgot about that.
Yep, we had Turkey that won their game. Let me pull it up.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Turkey. Um,
Gracias.
the U.S. has a so-so record against Turkey, which is
So Turkey won their game against Kosovo, 1-0 in Kosovo. So Turkey will be in the same group as the U.S.
that's crazy. That's crazy. I think I was looking at Fox Soccer's average ranking of each group.
Second highest.
Yeah, second highest. That's crazy.
So prior to Turkey joining US's group, I had US winning, but no, I think Turkey is going to come away as victorious winner in this one.
I don't know. I think it's a lot closer than you think. There's a very realistic situation where the U.S. still wins out the group.
I think this. And I blame the 2022 World Cup for this. The U.S. know sometimes, more often than not, know when to step up in the big moments, and I think they'll step up in the group stage. After that, I don't know. That's wild card.
Honestly, I think making it to the knockout stages will still make the U.S. look good.
I hope they get past the round of 32.
Yes. You see
Well,
ChatGPT's predictions of the World Cup?
Bro, that was stupid. I
I
saw you
wouldn't
say
be mad. I wouldn't be mad up
I'd be
until
pissed.
the semifinals.
that would
I
be
Um,
that'd be atrocious. But as we all know, the top 8 third place teams do make the knockout round. So I don't think there's anything to worry about for the US getting third place.
the World Cup has turned into like MLS playoffs where like 3/4 of the world goes and to the next round.
Well,
So
let's get real. Eventually, it's going to turn into March Madness where we're going to have 68 teams.
oh, that'd be horrible.
64.
Oh,
Well,
64.
It's technically 68 because there's 2 playing games
Oh,
for the
fair.
for the
That's
11th
fair.
seed. That part I don't understand.
But of course, we had other games that went on. Unfortunately, we had Bolivia that lost to Iraq. Let's do a moment of silence.
Ugh.
All right, that was good.
Okay.
Ugh.
Good, dude. All right, so let
Ugh.
me tell you about my experience with the Bolivia game. I because you guys had mentioned it, let's cheer for our South American brethren. Cool.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's great. I will do it because they passed on to that game. I think on PKs or something like that, or they barely moved. Oh no, it was a come from behind. That's what it was.
Let's come from behind.
Okay, come from behind and to play in that game. Now, overall, Bolivia played way better than Iraq. Absolutely, like 1,000 times better than Iraq. In fact, I want to pull up the stats of this game just so you guys you guys know, but just so everyone else knows, the domination I feel is domination of Bolivia over Iraq.
68% possession.
68%
Yeah.
possession. Don't get fooled by the shots. 15 shots, whatever. 16 corners, guys.
Well, I'm looking at the touches in opposition box. 26.
Yeah, Bolivia was just hanging out in the box, and Iraq was just hanging 11 people off the bar, and it was super frustrating because you could feel. Look, the game was against 2 mediocre or less than mediocre teams. It wasn't that good, but
Yeah.
it was it was super frustrating to see that Bolivia throwing everything at that they could at Iraq, but nothing was going in, and I was like, my heart was starting to break. Like in like the 75th minute, I was like, oh, my heart is hurting so much. And guys, I was like, after the game finished, I was on the verge of, I won't say on the verge of tears, but I was deeply, deeply saddened.
But now it really sucks for Iraq. Now they're in the group of death with France, Norway, and Senegal.
I think that
Oh,
isn't, I think that's the number one. Is it not? No, I think someone else had the highest ranked.
That is the
I think it's
highest.
the highest rank.
Yeah.
Okay. That's crazy. And I think Iraq is going to get blown out of the water
Oh, destroyed.
because they had no game. It was that
Bolivia would
bad.
put up a better fight.
Oh yeah.
But the other game that happened that had a little bit of a play-in, Congo, Jamaica. Poor Jamaica.
Ugh,
Uh,
Jamaica should have won that too.
Guys, the better teams are not winning these games. But that makes it so that these horrible teams get eliminated faster so we can have a better World Cup as of the round of 32. Hey,
oh yeah, the
hey.
the World Cup doesn't begin until round of 32, so buckle up and get ready for that. But yeah, we're what 70-ish days until World Cup starts.
I'm not gonna lie. Watching the Bolivia game really got me in the mood for the World Cup. I mean,
Yeah.
of all places, I mean, especially if you watch CONMEBOL, you wouldn't
Mhm.
think that Bolivia would get you in the mood for a World Cup because the way Bolivia plays in CONMEBOL, it's super boring.
It made me
Um,
so happy to see so many fans from Iraq, from Bolivia show up. I'm like, all in Mexico. I'm like, this is awesome. This is awesome just to see the passion just to get into the World Cup.
they were loud. That game
They
was
were,
loud.
yeah.
I was excited. So speaking of World Cup, and then we'll turn the page. You two had the exclusive opportunity. I say exclusive, but probably thousands of people went.
We
But
missed you. We missed you yesterday.
I know
We
I
did
know.
miss you.
Yeah.
I wish I could have gone. But you guys had a chance to go see the World Cup trophy. Tell
Yeah.
The
tell us
trophy
how
that
it was.
Messi has kissed.
Christian, give us your thoughts, and then Marco's after.
I mean, incredible to see the trophy. Now how everything was handled, that's a completely different
Oh no.
story. Um, basically, they're like, you need a ticket. You did not need a ticket.
No.
You just had to say you had a ticket, and you just walked right on in.
Yep.
But other than that, it was a fantastic experience. Honestly, the line was well managed. They rolled you right along. That there were activities there for fans to go ahead and shoot soccer balls, win free Coca-Cola prizes.
They gave
I
us
have
little.
little keychains. I have my own World Cup
We got
trophy. And RSL and Utah Royals players were there. We saw Amina Tanaka, Mandy McGlynn from the Utah Royals. We saw Nick Raimondo. Diego Luna said hi to me and Marcos as he was walking in. And
I think
it
Justin
was
Glad was there too.
Justin
Yeah,
Glad. We saw
he
him
was
on
there.
his way out, and he didn't see us, so we didn't get to say hi to him. Honestly, and it was actually pretty cool because Luna said hi to us first before we said hi to him. Like we looked over and made eye contact, and he was like, "Oh, hey guys," like, "Hey Diego." And can I
Hey.
say, Mandy McGlynn is much taller than I thought she'd be.
Well,
She'd be a keeper. She'd be a keeper.
Yep,
yeah, you're not wrong.
she's a keeper. But
Well, that's
overall,
cool.
it was a cool event. I wish FIFA would have allowed RSL to publicize it more because it could have been a much bigger and better celebration of the World Cup.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's cool. And I don't know. That probably also would have gotten me hyped up for World Cup as well. Just seeing that. I mean, especially with us and our dual nationalism, seeing the actual cup that we just won.
Oh yeah.
Well, and Marcos and I wore two. We both wore Argentina jerseys. We wore different Argentina jerseys. I wore the celebration edition that they released in honor of winning the World Cup. And Marcos wore.
I think it was a 78 one
It was a 78 jersey.
Mhm.
So
where we
Mine
won the
didn't have
first
any-
one.
Didn't have any stars.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So I guess to Christian's point, it was so awesome to see so many different people wearing so many different countries. We had Argentina, US, Mexico, Colombia, Portugal, Brazil. So it was awesome. It was
I will
awesome.
say,
that many-
a funny moment. I look when we were in line waiting to take our picture. If you want to take a look at the picture we took with the World Cup, go to our Instagram page and check it out. But I look at Marcos. I'm like, remember when being Argentine was unique?
Half the line was wearing Argentina jerseys.
Oh, absolutely.
Is Argentina the next Golden State Warriors?
Oh, stop it. He said this yesterday too. Stop it.
Ew, gross.
Oh.
No,
No,
we're
but
still unique.
no, for those who you guys who missed out, sucks to suck. But you missed out on
Oh.
seeing.
All right, cool.
Rude.
No, but
All
there'll
right.
be other opportunities, I'm sure,
I
this
mean,
summer.
probably somewhere. All
Hey,
right,
but
guys.
we have a game this Saturday, don't we?
Let's turn the page. Let's get out of this international window and let's go to what we're good at. Let's talk about RSL versus Sporting KC, not a rivalry game.
Not a rivalry game.
You think the rivalry is dead?
I think it's
Ooh.
been dead since I think it's been dead this whole decade.
There's
Since
only
Graham Zusi retired?
there's only
Actually,
one,
yes.
There's only one player left that's part of this rivalry. Well, he's two,
Justin Glad?
Glad and Pablo Ruiz.
Oh, you're talking overall. I was like, them?
Overall.
Yeah, no, and even then, Pablo Ruiz doesn't play really, and then Justin Glad was like a youngling.
So prior to the international window, KC is coming off a 4-1 loss at home to Colorado. Eek, eek.
Yeah, let's talk about SKC real quick. So yeah, they're coming off of that 4-1 loss. They
They're camping out at last place in the Western Conference.
tied for last place with St. Louis and Portland. Their only win was against the Galaxy the previous week, and it was only a 2-1 win away though. Let's talk about who we're actually really worried about on this team, if there's anybody.
I'm worried
Yo-
about Jovic.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's at 3 goals already this season.
good answer, everyone. I think that is the only player that we should be worried about with SKC. Jovic, a new transfer coming from the Galaxy.
No,
Is he new?
This is his second season.
This is his second season? Oh, man. Dang. So, 3 goals on the season. Not bad so far in 5 games. Seeing as they've scored 5 in total. So, he accounts for 60%. Guys, there really isn't anything that we should be worried about in terms of SKC on paper, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's the issue. Is on paper, everything should be fine.
But
I think I was
Oh.
going to say another player that we should be worried about is Manu Garcia. Manu Garcia does rank second in the MLS for big chances created with 5 this season, which
Oh.
if that's second in MLS, that means they are still going to be probing and dangerous. I think anybody would be silly to just be like, huh, we got this in the bag.
I mean, true. And technically, actually, I'm trying to look at their lineup here, and dude, I'm not coming up with anyone else besides maybe Garcia is the other one, but SKC is in such a slump that it's to the
Well,
point of maybe
they're
they
also
should
with
be sold.
new head coach as well this season.
Ugh. Well, yeah, because the good old whatchamacallit, what's his name?
Peter Vermes.
Peter Vermes.
Peter Vermes. Yeah, man, that guy should have been let go of like 8 years ago.
Well, RSL hasn't had a clean sheet in 11 matches. This is dating back to last season. So this would be the time to get one against a struggling SKC team.
Well, then let's talk about RSL possible lineups because really there's not much to talk about on the SKC side, but there's a lot to talk about on the RSL side, especially in terms of who's
Juanma.
going to be playing.
Yeah,
So- Let's talk about this. I read on Twitter today that Juanma, so Sanabria, might have a slight visa issue. I'm not sure if he's going to be available. I'm not going to confirm or deny because all I read was someone was saying that he had to go back to Uruguay because he left the country and I think his work visa is in process. He has to go back to Uruguay for something and then come into the US again. I'm not totally sure if it's like a huge process, if it's just a hey, you just need to check into Uruguay and then come to the US kind of thing, but it is a thing nonetheless. That's at least what's reported. So I'm not sure if Sanabria is going to play. Question mark. If that's the case, obviously we do have a backup. That part
Correct.
I'm not worried about. I would love to have Sanabria play because he already has 2 assists on the season. His contribution offensively is amazing. His defensive rate is acceptable. He puts in the work and gets us out. The other one that was reportedly at the beginning of the FIFA calendar, Aiden supposedly did not play for the U20s or U19s. For which one was he at?
U20s.
U20s.
Yeah.
U20s. Apparently, he picked up an injury. I don't have any details on it. I don't know if you guys have any details or have read anywhere, but I didn't read anywhere anything about that, and I haven't received any confirmation if it is an actual
I'm looking on
injury.
X right now.
Yeah, yeah. That's another question mark. But again, am I worried? No.
No, because
Because
we got Victor that can throw. You can throw in right there.
well, not I wouldn't throw in Victor. I would throw in Luna because the formation that FOTMob shows is not a 3-4-3. It is a three.
3-4-2-1.
Yes, and so Aiden was the one of the two below. So you'd put in Luna there. So
And well, the other questionable player that's possible but questionable is DeAndre, who's questionable for Saturday's return.
questionable as in like he's almost recovered, starting to recover. He's
He he
practicing full strength.
he has been practicing with the team.
Okay. So I think let's just start having discussions. If DeAndre is fully healthy, do you take out Quinton?
100%. 100%.
100%?
Quentin does have 2 assists on the season, but I want to see kind of some experience on that back line.
Would you? I guess this is kind of a
But do you
I-
mess with the chemistry of the team that's going on right now and the good run of form that they're in just to get someone who's, for all intents and purposes, better, but hasn't been playing due to injury?
I mean, to Pablo's point a couple weeks ago, that's exactly what he was talking about. Just because you have a name doesn't mean I'm going to automatically put you there.
And I don't
True.
mean that as a knock to DeAndre at all.
No, for sure, for sure.
But here's maybe another thing. Maybe it's each person sees it differently. Do you put in the players that are coming off of injury and coming back against the lowest team on the table
And
to
I get, and
try
I
to get
guess,
them up to
and
speed?
I guess that's how I see it. So give
That's
him
fair.
it's a little trial run to see where he's at. Maybe don't start him, but have him come on maybe 55th minute, 60th minute, second half, and go from there.
75th. I wouldn't give him that many minutes. All right, so give me a decisive answer. Quinton or Yedlin for this game?
Maybe lean more Quentin. And then second half, bring in DeAndre.
We convinced you. Yeah. We convinced you.
But but defensive mid, I think Griffin's time for starting is done. I think it's now Stein time.
It's got to be Stein time. That flows, y'all. It's Stein time, y'all.
Stein time. I think we need to see him for more than 20 minutes.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
and again, to that point, we're playing against the last place team. This is a time for him to start gelling with everyone in an actual game and not just full practice.
Yeah.
And of course, you're going to keep Caliscan there because love him or hate him, he's been consistent. Like legit, he's the definition of consistent right now. He took over Brian Ojeda.
Diggity.
1000%. Now, here's another one. Big one. And I say big like that. I don't know why I said it like that. My hands in this formation. Do you put in Victor or do you keep Solans in?
Oh man, that's like children trying to pick a favorite child.
That was a great analogy. You did it, Marcos. That was a great analogy.
Oh man,
I don't have kids, so I don't know what that's like.
Neither does he,
Uh,
but apparently he nailed it.
I'm gonna have to go with Solans on this one. Yeah, I love Victor to death. Don't get me wrong, but this one time I'm gonna go with Solans.
Eek.
I think again it comes down to consistency and what's been working so far. Again, it's not a knock against Victor. Do you disagree, Alan?
Here's the thing. I remember I have the two angels on my shoulders all the time speaking to me. Like there's one side of me saying, "Look, you paid $1 million, a little over $1 million for Victor. You got to play him at some point. You got to start him. He's healthy." But at the same time, Solans is youthful. He has spurts that are just like, holy crap, this guy is like a diamond in the rough. And he's good. But I want to see at some point, I want Morgan and Victor to have a lot more time than just 20 minutes together to see if they can come up with something. Can you imagine a Luna Victor Morgan triangle up top?
Goes
That would be great.
Well, and goes on the wing, but just those three. That triangle, what can they do? And I want to see it. And who better than SKC, who are really struggling right now, and against a backline that were a bunch of no-namers again for SKC. I'm just saying, this is probably the opportunity to test waters. And I think I'm in the mood for testing certain spots, and I think the attacking triangle is where I want to try that out right now. I want to keep everything else the same, except for obviously putting in Stein. So that means Solans and Aiden, which I think Aiden might not play. Solans is going to be sitting the bench. Dylan is going to be sitting the bench, and I think that's it. Everything else stays the same. Now, if Juanma is available, again, adding Juanma and Gozo up those wings,
it's
game over.
Night for KC.
Put him to bed.
No, this is one of those games. I feel confident all the time for RSL, but this one especially against KC, the way that they are struggling at 4 points, 15th place, there is no reason that RSL does not get 3 points plus a shutout on Saturday.
Guys, I feel
Whoa. It's time. Marcos is bleeding into it, so we might as well.
But we might as well just go into it. Guys, it is prediction
time. Why did you slow down? We had the cadence.
All right, fine, Christian, give it to us.
Okay. I was talking to Marcos about this yesterday. A little bit of controversial opinion. I still kind of doubt our backline's ability to keep a clean sheet, so I predict a 3-1 RSL win.
It's a win. It's a win. Marcos.
This is the boldest prediction I'm ever going to do this whole season. 4-0 RSL.
My friend, that is bold. I would almost say, I don't know.
Brother from the same mother.
Seriously, brother from the same mother. That is not like you. In typical me fashion, I am definitely going to reduce the amount of goals on this one compared to you guys. But I think Cabral's going to get his shutout finally. It's going to be a 2-0 win for RSL. The big egg for Cabral.
That's one part where I hope I'm wrong.
Very great way to celebrate Easter with the big egg.
You are on top of him, Marcos. Good job. I'm proud of you today.
Round of applause, everybody.
Round of applause for Marcos.
Marcos has arrived.
Oh gosh. All right, guys. Let's
we got dos preguntas.
Give us some Instagram questions. And granted, I know that a lot of you guys have been disconnected doing other stuff because, well, RSL took off. Not just RSL, the MLS. So we're going to get you back into this. We're going to do our 2 questions. But remember, submit your questions because that's where a lot of spicy content comes out, and who knows? Maybe we might throw out some spicy something opinion. Probably not.
There we go. First question for you. Care to do an episode during an away match, an away watch party?
Sure.
An episode during the
An away watch party.
So we basically live commentate the game. Obviously, we wouldn't be able to show the game while we record
Right.
because Apple owns the rights and everything. We want to play nice, but I'd be
I'm down.
for it.
I
And
would
we
be
could
down.
probably figure out how to do that during the World Cup for US and Argentina games as well.
because RSL is going to be hosting some watch parties. Maybe we do it at the watch party at the field, my friends. That's
So,
going to be a lot of fun.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned. We will definitely come this summer.
I
Last-
can I just say real quick, I love one of the things I love about us hosting the World Cup this year is that the games are at reasonable times for the
Right,
first time in
right.
forever.
You don't have to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Bro, that first game for Argentina, waking up at
Ugh.
3 a.m. Not only if we would have won, I probably wouldn't be complaining a lot. But because we lost that game, and I woke up at the butt crack of dawn, it was even before the butt crack of dawn.
I didn't go back to bed. I didn't go back to bed.
It was the worst. I had to wake up. I had to work like an hour and a half later.
That was rough.
Yeah.
Second question.
Last question of the night for you guys. If every U.S. state had its own national team, how would Utah do? Who would be the best and who would be the worst?
What do you mean? How would you? Oh, oh. So all right.
If
I think
if every U.S. state was its own national team,
Utah would be top 10. California or Texas would be number 1. I feel.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania would be up there.
Florida would be up there. Actually,
Florida would be up
Washington has a decent.
That's why I said
federation.
top 10.
Yeah.
Utah has a good federation.
New York.
Texas would be up there.
Worst?
Kentucky.
Alaska.
No,
Alaska.
Alaska has
Alaska.
good. No, Alaska has good
Yeah.
teams.
No, they have good teams. Maybe
Kentucky, Tennessee,
Kentucky,
South Dakota.
Arkansas,
South Dakota,
Montana.
all
Sorry
five.
for anybody who's from there.
Idaho has ballers.
Idaho has ballers. So they're mid-table. And I'm just going off of to be honest, I'm going off of the youth and college.
Honestly, I would not hate that.
What? You wouldn't hate what?
Change the format of the U.S. Open Cup to have state representative teams instead of club teams. And so the Open Cup turns into a state versus state tournament.
I will one up you and say they actually did do regions. That's how lower amateur teams qualify, because they do regional games. So technically, it's already that format.
Yeah, but
But
but make them representative of the state and not just a club.
I can see that. I
Or
wish
players get called up to play for their state and potentially their country as well.
so. Also, youth system already has it that way. I know the youth, but I know you want it like Open Cup, but youth system has it with ODP, by the way. So, anyways, that was just me just bursting your bubble. Sorry.
I mean,
I didn't want to.
maybe something that's better flushed out because I don't
Yes,
know.
something that's better. We just want better. Please.
But
Anyways, guys,
thanks to everybody that submitted questions, and once all, thanks everybody that listened till the very end.
seriously, if that was you listened to all our rants, that was a
long
lot.
episode. Good episode, but long.
Yeah. So
But
We
Christian and I
appreciate
will
it.
be there Saturday. Alan will be there, but not with us. But come find Christian and I at the tailgate prior to the game. It's an early kickoff, 2:30 kickoff Saturday. Come be there, be loud, you guys. It's Easter weekend, but we need you guys there to make some noise and show the support for RSL.
also, if you can spot me in the stadium, send us a DM to say where I'm at.
Ooh.
Tag us on the Instagram stories. First one to find Alan wins.
Hashtag
you
where
win?
where in the world is Alan?
We're not giving you hints. But if you find Alan, tag
Hey.
us in your Instagram story.
Here's the thing, though. There are people that have been listening to us for a while, and they already know. But it's all right. Tag us anyways. Where in the world is
Anyway.
Alan?
Hashtag where is Alan?
Cool. All right, guys. Let's get out of here because we all want to. You guys probably didn't eat dinner. I haven't eaten dinner. Let's get
I
out of
need
here.
dinner.
Marcos, get us out of here.
If you're not already, head over to Instagram, head over to TikTok, and head over to X and follow us at the RSL Bros. Catch us wherever you catch your podcast on Spotify and Apple, and listen to us and watch us on YouTube.
I sometimes think you missed something, but it's all right. We'll just live with it. All right, guys. See you guys Saturday. Be
Take care,
there
guys.
and be square.